fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head.
Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. You can hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. You can hit the subscribe button if you like anti-scam content, anti-multi-level marketing, content about cults and religious cults, and you can hit the bell button if you want to get notified when I post. If you're not new here, welcome back. You might recognize someone in this video today. We're going to watch a training, an Instagram live from Brittany Rose. She's a top leader in Monat. She is going to be talking to someone else who's in Monat, and they are an ultrasound tech, which is what I'm currently in school for and will be graduating very soon for. I thought this might be an interesting video because I have education on some of the stuff that they talk about. I will say that I haven't watched this video in a couple months. Like, I recorded it, was expecting to, film it, and then forgot about it. And so now we're going to do it. Don't forget to follow my social media. I'm on Instagram at TikTok at walkin_on_LexaPro. Let's go ahead and get started.
And I mean, really, truly, just to be able to share this opportunity to hop on like this and just chat and talk about how this business has changed the trajectory for ourselves, but how it can do that for so many others is really why I get on here, because I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yes.
And it's like, how do you not share such an amazing opportunity? So I'm super excited to be here.
Me too. And it's one of those things, I was just sharing this today with my team. I was having lunch. I was telling you I went to Temecula, and I was telling them I can't help but to share this with people because I've seen it change so many people's lives. So it is what it is, guys. It comes with me now. It's a part of me.
Totally.
So Brittany, I don't want to take too much time. You know how we like to do these, like short and sweet, but I just want to share a little bit of our hearts with everybody and share kind of where we were when we started, where it's taken us now, and why that this is the place to be. So why don't you kick us off, because you have the best story, and then I'll kind of piggyback after you.
Okay. All right. For all of you that are tuning in tonight that do not know me, my name is Brittany Rose. I am a mother to 4. I married my high school sweetheart, you guys. I found him when I was 14 in high school, and I've been with him ever since. So we got married super young. I got engaged when I was 19 years old. Who would have thought? Got married at 20. I'm like, just to put this into perspective, I couldn't even have a glass of champagne to toast at my wedding. That's how little I was. I was such a baby. Now thinking back, I'm like, holy cow. But I share that because we started our journey together very young and very broke and not established or anything like that.
Yeah, okay, but your parents are filthy rich, Brittany. And you benefit a lot from their filthy richness. Maybe you and your husband didn't have money, but I know, as I've seen on your Instagram, that they are filthy rich, not just rich, but rich. All right? Millions. And I'm sure they didn't let their daughter go broke. Of course, she's not going to say that, right? Because this is a sob story. It's supposed to be your why. It's supposed to be, I went from nothing to look at me now. And that's not how it was for her, in my opinion.
My husband joined the academy. He went through paramedic school, and he eventually became a Los Angeles City fireman.
Wow.
And yes, he was one hot stud, if you ask me. And I decided, I dabbled in a lot of things, you guys. I tried real estate. I got my real estate license. I started working for my dad. I was doing that. And within 6 months, maybe a year of getting my license, 2008 hit. The crash hit, right? The market burst, all the things. And then people had to pivot. After that, I tried to do some wedding videography. I was always trying to like dabble and start my own thing. Well, finally, I said, you know what? I'm going to have babies and I'm going to start a family. And I just really want to be home with my kids.
She said she chose to have babies and to be home with her kids. So no, you weren't broke. You're just trying to be more relatable. Don't lie to be more relatable.
And so my husband became the fireman. He took on the financial responsibility, the sole financial provider of our home. And that worked for a very long time. But I was in the thick of it with babies. I got pregnant with my second baby when my first wasn't even one yet. So they're 20 months apart. Yeah, I had a baby and another baby. And I was just in the thick of toddler life and motherhood and being a young mom. I was 23 when I had my first baby. And you kind of get wrapped up in that, right? It was like Groundhog's Day every day, just really, truly trying to survive. I remember some days, this is how bad it would get. When I was pregnant with my daughter and my firstborn was 1.5 or whatever, I was so sick and so tired that I would put him in the shower with me and we would just hang out and play cars, and we were just hanging out in a bathing suit, obviously. But I'm like, this is our little water park, because I'm like, he's confined and I don't have the energy. I'm kind of in that Groundhog's Day, right? Of just like surviving. And so that worked for a while. But finally, eventually I said, you know what? There's got to be something more for me where I can just get dressed up every now and then, kind of just get out every now and then, do my own thing, kind of get re-inspired a little bit. And so I talked to my husband. I said,
I think that's totally fair. I'm sure that she felt that way. If the way the story is going, like as a mother, I can't imagine, because I'm not a mother of children. And I'm sure it's exhausting, especially a stay-at-home mom. That is a job in of itself that they don't get paid for, and they don't get the credit that they deserve. So I believe that she felt this way. And I believe this was one of her vulnerabilities that got her into money.
you know what? I want to try something. And I wanted to get a job, but I didn't want to leave my kids.
Yeah.
I wanted to make money, but I didn't want to have to go to work. I wanted to have the potential to start my own thing and do it on my terms, on my time, but I didn't have the time to create something from scratch, right? Yeah. So I'm in this dilemma of like, okay, this is the things that I want, but where do I find that? And everything directed me back to direct sales, you guys. That is the truth. That is the bottom line. When I wrote down on paper everything that I wanted, I couldn't find it, because there was always something in the way. Well, I could do that. I could start my own something, but then I have to create my own website. I have to fork out the money. It's going to take me a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy that I don't have. I need it just to go. I need the product in hand, right? I want to do this on my own terms. I don't want a boss to tell me when to come in, when I have a deadline, when I have to do something, but I want
in Monat and in MLMs in general, you have deadlines. If you want to keep your rank, you have like the month to hit a certain amount of sales in your business. You have quotas. You have these things that you are not in control of. You just have to hit them and make sure you've got them. So that's odd that she's talking about she doesn't want deadlines, she doesn't want this, she wants freedom. No, you have all of that in MLM, and you are not your own boss either. They can let you go or fire you or suspend you or whatever it is.
Sky's the limit, right? There's no income cap. You can make as much as you want. So where is that? You tell me. If you're on here tonight and you're listening in, can you tell me where to find that? Because I searched high and low, and the best option for me to stay home with my kids and do what I wanted to do, but have the best shot at that, was a direct sales company. Plus, it is the way of the now, you guys. This is what everyone's doing. It is a great industry to be a part of. It's a legitimate business. And I have seen so many people, now even more so being in this over the last 5 years. But when I first started, I was seeing people and they were doing the thing. They were making the income. They were changing their family's lives. So I said, I'm going to try it. I told my husband, and he's like, okay, whatever you want to do. If that makes you happy. And really it was kind of like, if that makes you happy and that gets you out of the house and that gets you dressed up and that kind of, fills your cup up, go for it. Go do what you want to do. And that's how this whole thing started, you guys. 5 years later, I prayed just to bring my husband home a little bit. I prayed that I wouldn't have to go to bed every almost night alone, as he was on those 24-hour shifts, 48-hour shifts, 72-hour shifts. I had my little babies. I wanted my husband home. I wanted something for myself. This was not how I wanted to live my life for the rest of my life. And so I said, if I could just help alleviate that and give me something a little bit as well, we are good.
The win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. And it did that and beyond anything I could have ever dreamed, you guys. And I know that it can do that for so many others. But
I'm so excited to talk about this because she's saying, oh, Monat brought my husband home. My job brought my husband home. Brittany, why is he really home? Oh, is it? Let me take a guess, okay? Don't forget to leave your commentary below on this video of her and the other person. I don't know her name. Is it because your Monat business? Oh, no? Okay, let me take another guess. Is it because he wouldn't get the COVID vaccine like he was supposed to as a firefighter, so they let him go? Or he quit? That's interesting. Doesn't sound like that was your business. Huh? Oh, but she's not going to say that. Don't worry. She won't. She won't say that. But that's what happened.
get more into it. That's a little bit about my story. I'll tell you the rest in a few, but you can kind of share yours, Shannon.
Guys, go watch her highlight. It'll make you cry your eyes out. Every time I send it to somebody, Brittany, I'm crying at the end. I'm like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But you know why? I get emotional because I feel like, and I was telling Brittany this earlier, like once people hit like that millionaire club, right? We put it in quotes because like, oh my God, you're a millionaire. But it's like, Brittany was just a hard-working woman, regular person, you guys. She wasn't like famous. She didn't have like this huge following to begin with. She just was a hard-working person that believed and saw the future. And that's one reason, Brittany, I don't know if I've ever told you, but you're one of the reasons I decided to jump in, because I heard you talk at a, Monat happy hour thing that Christy invited me to. And I was just like, she's from Corona? Wait, she's from Fontana? Wait, they're all from the Inland Empire and they're doing this thing? I was like, what? So for me, it's one of those things, and that's why we share this, you guys, because this is for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, what your situation is, where you live. If you have the drive and the belief in your heart that you can do something, this company is it. And I know it sounds cheesy.
It's because it is, and it's also deceptive. And, well, not even just deceptive. It's a lie. 92% of people in Monat make less than $160 a year, not including what they purchase. So let's be real. Can we just be honest about it? It seems like if they're honest about it, though, they won't be as successful because people won't want to join. So deception is the route they take, so that hopefully people will join and maybe one or two will do what they say happens, but 1,000 won't.
I know. Listen, we understand, okay? But this company truly wants us all to succeed. That's what they want. We are a family-owned business. They want to change people's lives. And for me, I was like, I would be crazy not to be a part of that, you guys. Just to share a little bit of where I was from, I was working 50 to 60 hours a week, you guys, when somebody brought this to me. Her name is Christy, literally the sweetest thing on earth. And I thought she was a little crazy when she told me she was selling shampoo. I was like, what is happening on earth? Do you need me to order to help you? Because I will, okay? But I didn't think anything of it in the beginning. I literally thought, no. But at that time, you guys, I was sleep deprived. I was a mom of a brand new baby. He was probably at the time 8 months, maybe 12 months. I don't really remember. It's a blur. I wasn't sleeping at the time. And I wasn't thinking about shampoo. Okay, so the reason I bring that up is because if you're hearing this and you think, I don't have time, I'm too busy, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I work. Hello, so did I. And guess what, you guys? Everyone I was working with washed their hair. And that's how my business started. I didn't even sell it to my family at first. I literally was like, all my friends at work, I'm like, can you try this stuff? It's supposed to be bomb or something. If you like it, maybe I'll sell it, okay? You guys, I never thought it was going to be what it's become and how it's blessed me and my family. I truly thought I wouldn't have to work that overtime shift, and maybe I'd get to see my kid twice a week instead of once, okay? And I'm sharing that from my heart because it's so hard already to be a parent, but when you're not seeing your family, it almost makes you more crazy, okay? I was a little bit psycho during this time. I missed my family, I missed my son, and he honestly wanted his grandmas more than he wanted me. And I wanted to change that. But you guys, like I said, I loved working. I wanted to work, but I wanted to still be present. And now I get to do that, you guys. Right now, he's at his grandma's house because she wanted to have him for the day. My husband's watching TV in the other room, and I'm here talking with you. This is work. And I love it because all it is sharing. And it's completely changed my life. I was able to quit my job, and now I work if I feel like it, if I want to do some ultrasound here and there, because I am good at it, guys. Not gonna lie, I really am. And so sometimes doctors call me and I'm like, okay, I'll work for you one day.
Let me put this into perspective. This is what I think. Doctors don't just call you and say, hey, come work for us. A PRN is someone who gets to choose when they work. So if they're needed, they could be called, hey, do you want to work this day? We need someone to fill. Yeah, sure. Or no, I'm good. I've got stuff going on. It's not that she's amazing at it. She might be. But doctors, by the way, aren't the ones calling her. Fun fact. It's not the doctors. It's the lead techs that are calling her. Or the people that do the schedules, which are not the doctors. Very interesting for her to say that. Weird. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I missed some of what she said, so I'm gonna re-listen to this part. Okay, so I went back and listened to some of it because, not gonna lie, she made me kind of like blank out and not listen. She says she wants to see her kid. She wanted to see her kid at least 2 times a week instead of once. I don't know what's going on or what you're doing, but that's not the kind of workload that happens in ultrasound. If you are a PRN, as it sounds like you are, someone who gets called in or who gets to choose what days they work and whatnot, you choose your schedule as a PRN. You also get paid, depends, $3 to $10 more, depending on what hospital, where it's located, because you don't get benefits as a PRN. What's going on that you're only seeing your kid once a week? That's not true. I'm sorry. Maybe it is, but I can't believe it. I just don't believe it with what I know scheduling is. And honestly, there are some people who do take people in the medical field and abuse them with the amount of hours they make them do. I don't believe in her case that's what happened. I do know others that have been put in that situation, but they still saw their kid more than once a week. So that's such a weird, I don't believe that part.
But it's because I want to, and I actually get to enjoy it now. And this right here is my full-time job, is sharing my passion to help other people feel this feeling, to be able to help other people like me and Brittany that want to change our situation and want to be better in life and just don't know what that thing is, you guys. And that's why we're here tonight. So Brittany, I literally could talk all day. Is there something that's just sticking out to you that we need to talk about?
Well, I think that we all, at the end of the day, have the same desires. They're there. They might be presented a little bit differently, but we all want more? We all want more time. We all want more flexibility. We all want the stress and the weight of maybe debt or whatever it is off of our shoulders. We all want to have more time with the people that we love most. So there's these things that we all really want deep down. They might, like I said, be a little bit different or present itself a little bit different. But that's why I think that so many people end up joining this type of industry and they want something more. And it's not for everybody. I want to preface that. I don't think that this business is for everybody, but it can be, and it is for anybody who truly wants it. You have to have that desire and that dream for yourself. You have to want something more for your future. And that's what I wanted. I know I kind of briefly brushed on like motherhood and being kind of in that Groundhog's Day and all those things, but really it was because I was alone. It was because my husband was working so hard and he was gone so much. I really felt like a single mom a lot of the time, that I was lonely. I was struggling. I was scared at night, you guys. There was years where I would have to sometimes take Tylenol PM or Advil PM or something just to help me sleep, because I was so anxious being home alone at night with my babies without my husband. So there's these struggles that we all go through, right? And I was able to bring my husband home just a little bit. And I said, thank you, Jesus, for this, right? And within this last 5 years, you guys, I was actually able to bring him home for good this past October. And I share that with you because it's possible. And I know people want to crush your dreams and stomp them down and say, nope, that's not going to happen. You're just the lucky one. But I just thank God that I at least tried.
Yeah.
That I didn't listen to the people that said that's not going to happen. That rarely happens.
But it does rarely happen. And the reason it happened to you was because, one, I mean, honestly, she had money anyway. 2, she got in early. 3, pretty privilege is a thing. Let's be real. 4, she actually already had a following in certain places. And she didn't start in Monat. She started in a different company. So when she came to Monat, she brought the team with her. There's many things she's not saying, and those are just a few.
That, you know, whatever they want to say, because I could have easily said, oh, I guess I don't have to try. I guess you're right. But my whole life would have been different. Every single person's life that has linked arms with me since I started 5 years ago, their lives would have been different. We hear story after story after story of how this business goes beyond even the finances, what it has done for people internally, their self-development, their confidence, their growth, the community, the friendships that they never would have had, you guys. It is so, 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 so amazing. So I can brag on that all day long. But,
I know, me too.
but let's get down to like, okay, we know.
The friendships in Monat are transactional. We know that. Once you leave, you're mostly done. And if not, maybe you make a couple of actual friends, but the majority of people will leave you. I want to hear from y'all. When you hear this stuff, like, did you experience it as well when you left your MLM, or if you weren't an MLM, did you watch others experience these kinds of things?
In some way, shape, or form. But you might go, okay, well, tell me about the business and why I should join Monat, right? Why should I join this company? Because I'm telling you, you got Sarah over there telling you, join my team, join my company, because we're the best. And you got Becky over there saying, no, my team's the best. And we got all the people all over, right? Saying, no, mine's the best. But really, if you're going to join a business, you got to think about it. I had to think about this. It took me months. I actually sat on this for 6 months before I joined, and I regret it. I'll tell you that. I wish I would have started a half a year earlier, but I had to think about it, and I had to pray about it, and I had to say, okay, business wise, what is the best business decision? What is the best company? Because sometimes, you know what happens? We get suckered in. We're like, I love the necklace. I love it. I love the hoops. I'm going to sell them, right? That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But then we like get into it and we're like, shoot, why is this so hard? Why does no one want to buy my necklace and my hoops? Why am I making no money? Oh, it's because we didn't actually look into the business side of it. We didn't really think about what are the roadblocks that come into play.
So I think she's kind of doing this to say like, oh, I was another MLM, but obviously that business side of it wasn't good. And like, I didn't look into it. What is so interesting to me is the fact that she's saying that she looked into it, that she used logic. One, no, you don't when you're doing an MLM, but the fact that she's telling people to look into it. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised, because they don't want you to look more into it. They just want to tell you about it so that they can highlight the good sides of it, the good parts of it, and you not see any of the bad. And that's what she's doing here, pretty much. She's doing that, but she's saying that she looked further into it, even though normally they don't want you to do that. because then you're going to find the income disclosure statement. You're going to see that something's wrong with it. And she did that. And then she still went to another MLM. But, you know, this one worked out for her because it was newer. And yeah, it was early on. And she was able to get a bunch of people under her and so on and so forth.
When you join a social selling company, are there things that you need to look for when choosing? And so we're going to talk about that really quick. So if you want to pick on one of those topics that we share, we can kind of bounce off.
Yes, because I mean, honestly, you guys, I didn't know about this because Monat was my first direct sales company. But once I got in, I was like, oh, wow. One of my biggest things, you guys, for me was the fact that we were consumable. I knew I wasn't going to have to tell somebody to do something new. Everyone I know washes their hair, no matter what type of texture, no matter who you are.
Do you know bald people? Anyone that's bald? I do.
Everyone washes their hair, you guys. Even my dad, who is bald, washes his head.
He might wash his head, but he's not going to use shampoo and conditioner to wash his head. Or maybe they do. I don't know. If you're bald or you know someone bald, do they use shampoo and conditioner to wash their head, or do they just use like body wash, or how do they treat that area? That's interesting. I don't think they use Monat shampoo and conditioner to wash their hair though.
He uses Renew on his scalp, you guys, because he used to be itchy and all the things. And I'm like, use the shampoo, please. Okay, it'll help you. But it's just one of those things where it's like everybody uses it and everybody wants better hair. I don't care who you are. A lot of girls on my team already had beautiful hair. A lot of my VIPs already had beautiful hair. And I was surprised when they wanted to buy it because they noticed a difference. And I was just like, wow, people really like love this stuff. So for me, it was definitely the fact that it was consumable, because I was a little bit skeptical too, you guys. I just want to remind you, I wasn't like all in the beginning. I was a little bit like, is this going to work? But it's shampoo and it's cleaner, and a lot of people were into that. So for me, it was the consumable part.
100%. You want to pick a product that is consumable. I know we love the necklace and we love the earrings and we love the leggings and we love all the things, but you can only sell that so many times. And it's like a one-trick pony. You're going to have to go find the next person who wants that and the next person who wants that. You can only buy so much, but you can buy your shampoo all the time because it's gonna be empty. Your bottles are gonna go down the drain. It's gonna rinse down the drain, and you're gonna need to replenish that. You're gonna need to replace that every so often, right? Luckily, our products are highly concentrated, so they last a long time.
Yes.
But you do have to always put that on your list. It's in your budget. It's been sealed. It's like,
no, it's not in your budget. That's fucking like $50 a bottle. Something nuts like that, like 30 to 50. I don't know. I said 50, but it's expensive. And for stuff that has gotten a lot of lawsuits for hurting people's scalp and like making them lose their hair, not at like a normal shedding type of thing, but like excessive bald spots, stuff like that. It's not good stuff. It's just not that quality, you know? I mean, it might not be the worst shampoo in the world, and it might do some things, but why not use better shampoo for the same price that's not a multi-level marketing company, like Olaplex? I mean, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. God, that'd be amazing. But I use Olaplex, and I love Olaplex, and I know a lot of people do, and my hair doesn't look great right now. Please ignore it. But I know that, like, it's just better. It's better than Monat. Oh, gosh. And it's expensive, but it's not as expensive. You can get both shampoo and conditioner for $50, which sounds like a lot, but like their one like shampoo costs like $30 and it's just not as good.
a seal deal in your budget. It's been there forever. It's on the list with the toilet paper. It's on the list with your toothbrush. You just can't get out of not buying it, right?
Yep.
And so that's what I love. It is consumable, but it's absolutely necessary. There's not one day that you're going to say, I am done with the shampoo. Like, it's not going to happen, right?
Yep.
So consumable and necessary. That is a huge one. There's a lot of consumable products out there, you guys, but how necessary are they? Now, there's also the fact that we're a wide open market. This is huge because who are you selling to? What company are you choosing to rep? And what products, or what company are you choosing to go with? And what company are you choosing to rep the products? Is it just for a certain demographic? Is it just for a certain age? Is it for a certain gender? Is it just like women, primarily men? What is it, right? Is it just for like the gym junkies? Who are you selling to?
Yep.
I love that Monat is for literally everyone. Everyone across the board. We don't discriminate. We absolutely love everybody. Men, women, children, grandmas, grandpas, you name it, dogs. You can sell it to an entire household. And that's the beauty of it. Your market went from here, right? If you're selling something just for women that love this specific style, just for women that love this specific style, and it's normally around this age range. That's this. That's why it's so hard and why you get so frustrated. You're like, why is this not working? Yeah. But when you have something where you're wide open, your market is open to everyone, it's a lot easier. So that's something to think about when joining a business.
Yep. And the cool thing, you guys, is our products actually perform. And that's not even like a key that we always talk about, but they do. I have people that have told me, girl, my husband told me I have to cut budget. So guess what? I'm not going to Starbucks anymore because I ain't cutting my shampoo.
You're not going to take, you are choosing Monat hair care over Starbucks coffee? Now, don't get me wrong, there's better coffee. But you're literally choosing a hair care system like Monat over coffee. I'm sorry. One is not like the other. I would choose coffee over my Olaplex hair care system. I'll tell you that much. I love my hair. I love it being, great. Like I like it feeling good, but I can find another good hair care system for cheaper if I wanted it. Will it be as good? Maybe not, but like, bro, no, stop it. Stop. That's a joke. They're joking with me.
They're so in love with the, results that they don't ever want to use anything else. So I love that too. And honestly, you guys, for me, I'm going to be very honest. When my friend reached out to me about selling this, I told her, I don't want to deal with anything that's going to pay me like $300. Like I want to do this to me.
Sorry, I guess the Wi-Fi was not good here. Oh, no. It's them that live videos paused. It's them because the comments and the people joining are still going. They got lost after that, from what I remember. So what you think? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Like, when people talk about their stories and I don't know. I just, when you know a little bit more about them, like Brittany's husband either quitting or getting fired, whatever, because he wouldn't take the COVID vaccine that they were all supposed to take. But she's saying, I was able to bring him home. That's not the truth. Like, maybe you could afford to bring him home, but that wasn't like your goal with this. Like, y'all didn't go, okay, I can quit now because like you make enough money. No, you probably made enough money beforehand because Brittany makes enough money. But he went home for the other reason that we talked about. And the whole, like, I always see my kid once a week or twice a week as a sonographer. That's not how this works unless you're doing something else out of, like, the ordinary. But what's interesting is, like, you not only do ultrasound, but you also do Monat. So that adds even more hours away. Listen, I could go on and on about this video, but I didn't want to, like, pause it too much because sometimes I get so like into it. I wanted to let it play a little longer and just say a few things. I do want y'all to comment below and leave your commentary on the video because obviously I can't hit all of the commentary that should be said. So I'd appreciate it if you think of something to make sure to add it. And if you agree with something, want to share your story, feel free to comment it below as well. Go ahead and subscribe if you would like to and hit the like button if you enjoy the video. Helps push it in the algorithm and tells me that you like this kind of video. I really hope you have the most amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in this world and whenever you're watching. I'll see you next time.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.